Hi everyone. Lydia here. First off, or Jess. You can either call me Lydia or Jessica or Jess. Even Jessa. Don't call me Jessie. Please. um, so, this is not what I really look like. This is my Avakin Life avatar, so we're gonna use her. And yeah, she's sitting in water. Yeah. But I will say this before we start, Avakin Life needs to come out with a clothing line, cause this sweater is so cool. So, many years ago, back in 2012, on this day back in 2012, I died for 30 seconds. Yeah, I died for 30 seconds back in 2012 today. Whew. So what happened is that, I'm not gonna, I don't know who's all subscribed to me. I don't know if my family is secretly watching me. I hope not, cause if they are watching, hi family. I'm not gonna say what actually happens. This is what actually happened. I'm just gonna be truthful. What the heck? So that I'm in Alabama. That's all you need to know. I'm in Alabama. I'm close to Mobile. That's all I'm telling you. So that I think Wednesday or Tuesday before today, my aunt lives in Mobile, so she was coming to get me, and then we were going to Atlanta, Georgia, because at the time, my oldest cousin, she lived in Atlanta, and she was in a new house, and this gets a little freaky because I no longer believe or do anything in the paranormal. And she's like, yeah, I have a ghost that likes to drink Diet Coke. And I'm like, huh? Now, I was still in my 20s. I was all into the paranormal and stuff. And, I was like, I'm going to cross the spirit over. It needs to move on. Jessica back then didn't know what Jessica knows now, that ghosts aren't real. They're all demons. It's all demonic. And, yeah. So, we're there. We're all together. Tried Cuban dressing for the first time. I'm so used to saying stuffing because that's what I grew up with. My dad is originally from Illinois, so I'm used to saying stuffing more so than dressing. Because I think of dressing as in salad dressing, but northern and southern states, there's a bunch of different ways of saying it for Thanksgiving. So that was really good. And everything was fine. We saw a movie. I don't remember the name, but it was about Jack Frost. It wasn't like a retelling of the 70s or 60s Rankin and Bass Jack Frost. It was a different Jack Frost. I can't remember. But you had Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and something else. I really don't remember the name of the movie. But it wasn't Santa Claus 2 or 3. It wasn't Santa Claus 3. um, with Tim Allen and Martin Short. But yeah, I saw that the popcorn was gross, and that was at AMC Theater in Atlanta. That was before we got AMC in my town. And so the popcorn was nasty. It was old, and I thought originally that is what caused me to have food poisoning and, but no, it wasn't. Because I remember now, because I didn't really remember. I blocked so much out because it was so traumatizing. Oh my goodness. I used to like hospitals for the food, yeah. But now, I got PTSD. Oof. And, so, one night, Friday night. Now, back then, I was overweight. Not as bad as I am now, but that's because of health issue. Yes, that's part of my fault. Yes, it's part of my fault, but I have other health issues like a genetic hypoglycemic metabolic disorder. Well, actually a metabolic disorder where I can't convert fat into glycogen. And so that contributes to the weight gain. Also, as of recently, I've been having hip pain. I have spinal stenosis. I found out several months ago during the summer, and yeah, I wish I still had the flexibility and stuff when I was 20, because I could go on long walks when I was in my 20s and early 30s, but now I'm like, oh gosh. And I know a lot of you out there can know what I mean, but yeah, so I was really hungry. My cousins thought they were helping me lose weight to not eat a whole lot, but I was literally starving. So I ate some bad turkey that was sitting out. It was just the carcass and leftover turkey, and I'm like, I didn't want to get sick, and I didn't want to eat that, but anyone else would figure out if I was plundering around in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm starving. Yeah, and I think that's also has a fear, cause I used to get hypoglycemic seizures. I haven't had one since 1990, thank God, but just a lot of anxiety and fear, even though I shouldn't be, because God is good. He takes care of everything. But that's what made me sick. That Friday, oof, it was bad. And then I went home. My dad and I thought it was just food poisoning or a random bug. No. Sunday morning, or was it Sunday night? Sometime Sunday on November 30th, I was laying in my bed. I was incapacitated. And this is where the story comes from my dad, what he told me. So, I had septicemia. I went into septic shock. I also had a UTI, and he cleaned me up best he could and drove me to the hospital. Do not know how he could carry me, but he did. He took me to the hospital. I was in the ER, and the emergency room, the ER staff saved my life. I'm very thankful for them. And I wasn't supposed to know I died for 30 seconds, but a so-called friend who we are no longer associated with, we'll call her T. Nope, we won't call her T. We'll call her Tatiana. That's technically her full name, but she goes by the nickname of that. So, so Tati, we'll just call her Tati. Yeah, don't want to get confused. We'll call her Tati when we get more to it. And so I wasn't supposed to know. I was in the ER for a while. I don't know how many days. But I was in the hospital for a month. I didn't get out until December 20th. So from today till December 20th, I was in the hospital. Back in 2012. And, oof. And so, I was in there. I was awake. The head nurse, I was in the full ER, not the emergency room part. But the head ER nurse was a witch. I mean, a witch. I think she was a former friend of my former friend, Andrea. I'll use her name. Because I hadn't spoken to this girl in years. And so, her name was, I think, Raven. And I'm like, I don't know why she doesn't like me. Maybe it's because I was associated with Andrea, but, woo! I mean, she was mean. So, yeah, I'm not going to give y'all the pill situation. Because there were some pills she wanted me to take, and, I didn't want to take these certain pills. And, so these pills that she gave me made me hallucinate really bad and made me have really trippy dreams. Really trippy dreams. And I had a dream. I was like 26, 27 back then. And, so, for some reason in my dream, I thought I was on the top floor of the hospital. This helicopter comes in, and I don't know if y'all remember the Progressive Insurance Pink Rabbit, but that's who came crashing in, and I believe Lucy Christian is the voice actor. This was before Flo. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what? It's like, we're busting you out of here. I can't sound like Lucy Christian. We're busting you out of here. I'm like, and then I felt like my bed was falling off of the hospital room, just falling out the window. I was screaming bloody murder, and this woman comes over to me, wakes me up. You need to be quiet. You're disturbing the other patients. And I'm like, lady, I just had a freaking nightmare, and the medicine you gave me making me go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because I can't tell what's real. Psycho. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. Jessica thinks a lot of things, but she'll keep her mouth shut because I don't like conflict. But sometimes you just gotta quit being a daggum doormat and tell people off, and I've done that. And, yeah. And, I asked my dad, like, can you please send, I'm gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say her last name. Can you please send Natasha? I want Natasha. That was, like, my best friend. That was my sister, and I don't know what in the world people are thinking, but they thought we were in a freaking relationship. I'm like, yo, you want her to call her boyfriend? And also, I'm not gay. What? And, I'm like, hello. No, we're just best friends. Call us the female version of Rhett and Link. Hello. But yeah, just weird people. And then I asked Natasha, when I get a little bit better, please bring Lauren when you can. Natasha was working at the pretzel place in the mall, and at that time, and so she did. I'm like, I can always sense when someone's watching me. I don't know what that is, but if I'm asleep, I will. Like, hi, what's up? I see you. I'm like, oh, hi. Like, I freaked out, man. I don't know, but, yeah, Natasha came. I'm like, they let you in the ER? Like, yeah, cool. Stay forever. She couldn't stay forever. Oh, I wish she could. Like, stay with me. I'm scared. I was scared. I wish she would have stayed. But, yeah. Everybody has a life. And my dad was working back then, before he retired. So, yeah, so a lot of times I was alone. And I did not like being alone. I don't do well when I'm in an unfamiliar place, even a hospital, and I'm alone. I get kind of freaked. I'm more on guard. And, yeah. I was on dialysis. That was, oof. I never want to be on that again because, thank God the, kidney, I don't know what he's called, but thank God the kidney doctor, the one that I saw in my hospital, is retired. Thank God. That man was oof. So and what else? And finally, and also, if you know the show Xena Warrior Princess, yeah. I had a dream. I didn't know I was doing this in reality. I had a dream, like, I'm gonna bust out of this hospital. I'm gonna go home, and everything's gonna be gravy. I thought this was all a dream. But in fact, in reality, I pulled all my IVs out. And I was fixing to pull the one in my neck out, which there's an artery there. And if I would have pulled that out, I would have been dead. My dad told me, and I'm like, dang. They thought you were trying to go home. Yeah, I was. I was thinking I was Xena. But no one told me I did the war cry in my sleep, so... That would have been funny. Like, are you okay? That would have been funny. Oh my goodness. Trying to do a backflip and get all these things off me. Oh my goodness. But no, that didn't happen. That would have been fun. I would have probably got a good kick out of that if that actually did. But yeah, then they restrained me. I hate being restrained. It goes back to when I was a kid at the dentist office. They had to restrain me every time they did a filling. They didn't have Novocaine back then. And that was in the 90s, okay? This doctor did not believe in Novocaine, only in the laughing gas. So, yeah, and I don't like being restrained. So, I kept trying to break free the restraints. I'm like, how does one dislocate their shoulder so I can slip out of this? I didn't do that. But I was like, ugh, I don't like being restrained. And so I back to the dialysis. I was doing better. But I think by this point I had my own room, so I was on the mend. But you know that patient confidentiality where people who aren't related to you aren't supposed to know what's going on with you? Well, everybody told people who I didn't know too well in my church, at the church I went to at the time, and other people, that I'm going to die. I'm like, y'all need a I'm like, I don't know some of these people too well. I'm like, my goodness, yes, I go to church, but I don't know these people all that well now. But don't be telling people I'm going to die. You ain't God. I didn't say that, but Jessica thinks things. I'm like Lizzie McGuire. Like, in reality, I'm like, I'm gonna keep quiet, but animated Lizzie or animated Jessica says a lot. And it's just craziness. So I'm in my own room. They hooked me up to dialysis, and this is like a new dialysis type of machine and stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna experiment. I'm like, don't experiment on me. I'm not your guinea pig. But you asked me if you want me to try this new thing, and it hasn't really been tested. Or I'm like, y'all. But the first time I did it, I could not breathe. I'm like, and I asked the technician. Now I am very polite. I am very nice. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, I can't. I told her twice, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe. And then I got a little bit nasty, rude, saying, I said, look, you either take this off of me or I'm going to take it off me. I can't breathe. And she's like, okay, I'll go talk to the doctor. And she finally removed it. I don't know what that's about. That only happened once, but the other times, but yeah, you're going to feel cold if you do dialysis. And yeah, and then I got to see the man himself, the kidney doctor. His name is Dr. Guru, like a yoga guru. Guru. Well, I don't want to give the full name because I don't want people to figure out where I live. His name's Guru. I'm trying to think of a name. He's from India. So Guru P. We'll call him Dr. P. But yeah, his name's Guru. His first name's Guru. I'm like, that's a doctor in India, so your name's Doctor. Okay? I don't know. But this man really got under mine and my dad's skin. Oh my goodness, this man. And then his colleague, I don't remember his name, but I called him Skinny Otho. Otho from Beetlejuice. He looks like a much younger, thinner Glenn Shandax. May Glenn Shandax rest in peace. He's a brilliant actor. And he's from Alabama! Okay. And, but look like him, I'm like, I'm Lydia. Watch me. I'm like, I'm Lydia Dietz, yo. What? Oh my goodness. Every time I had him as a doctor, I acted like Lydia every which way. Movie or cartoon, you name it. I'm like, okay. I had fun. I had fun at those parts. But yeah, him and his colleague sucked. And, forgive me, I cannot do an Indian accent. But he's like, have you been to school? And I'm like, here in my brain, I'm like, I'm 26 years old. Hello? I've been to school. And I said, yes, I graduated in 2006. I was in K from the 12th grade. No college? No. I was in special needs classes. But not because I have some cognitive issues and I'm a very slow learner. And I mean, I'm borderline. My IQ is normal. My IQ is normal. I don't know my IQ now. Heck, I read all the time. But, yeah. And so my IQ was 85 back then, like after I graduated. So normal on the low end. And I'm like, and then he goes like, you're going to die. I'm like, dude, A, I understand you, and B, I ain't a moron. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. You ain't my God. Yeah, that's the theme. You ain't my God. I say that a lot in my head. You don't know my God. I say that a lot in my head. Oh, man. I mean, yeah. And then I was gonna have this thing put in my arm to make dialysis more easy. And the surgeon who was gonna do it was the same man who removed my gallbladder many years later. And I'm like, I started laughing like, I know who you are. But I didn't say anything or nothing, but I'm like, and then he's like reading my chart. I'm like, thank God for some of these doctors who have sense. And he was like reading my chart, like, you don't need this. And then my dad comes marching in later, like, yo, Dr. P, read her freaking chart. She's using the bathroom. And surgery was canceled. Yeah. Jesus rocks. Like, I ain't getting no unnecessary surgery. Bye. And yeah, I'm kind of making this fun. I'm sharing how I felt, cause I didn't say a lot of things when I was younger. Now I don't know how I would act, because I'm not the same person I was in my teens or my 20s or my early 30s. I'm no longer a pushover or people pleaser. I'm like, you can kiss my, you're like, you can kiss my grits. I ain't playing games. And so that, and then we get to the creepy crap. Oh my goodness. Before the creepy crap, I had Natasha started a prayer chain from people I didn't even know who were praying for me. Lauren, our other friend, was getting her church group together, praying for me. Tatiana was. But yeah, all my friends came to visit me. Tatiana told me, it's like, yeah, you died for 30 seconds. What? Why? What? No, I didn't. My dad said I didn't. And when I learned the true story from my dad, I was fuming. I was fuming. I don't know what I said to Tatiana. I probably didn't know what to say, or I probably lied, because I was just blown away by what she said to me, and what my dad, because I chewed her out in the hospital. I'm like, you don't talk to my dad like that. I will come. I don't care if I'm on my daggone deathbed. You ain't talking to my dad like that. I'll show you a miracle. I'll get up and slap you. No, I didn't do that. But no, you don't talk bad about. You don't demand. No, you don't be disrespectful to people, especially your elders. And oof. So, my dad told me that she started yelling at him, demanding where I'm at, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? Told her you're in the hospital and died for 30 seconds. What? I'm like, what? Because I didn't really want Tania at the hospital. There were people, I didn't want them to know that I was in the hospital, and they just got very what's that word? Belligerent. And I'm like, it's like, goodness. But, yeah. And then, Tatiana's husband came along with her. I don't like Tatiana's husband. He's kind of creepy. He kind of creeps me out. And, mm, he kind of acts like Lucky from King of the Hill. He gives off that personality. But, yeah, I'm not really a fan of her husband. But, oof. And, I was so mad. It's like, you shouldn't have done that. That's my dad, man. No, you need to apologize to my dad. That was wrong. I was scared. I wanted to know where you were at. I told her, like, you need to apologize to my dad. I don't think she ever did, but... like, nah. But, everyone prayed for me, and I made it. I knew I was gonna make it. I mean, I've died, before I died the third time, I died twice. I mean, I know Jesus is always with me. I was praying myself. Like, I don't want to stay in here anymore. Some of these people scare me. I will never be an organ donor because this man comes in. He's in civilian clothing. You can't tell he's a doctor. Kind of have messy, greasy hair. And I thought in my town, we didn't have organ traffickers. Don't know who he is. And he scared the living daylights out of me. And I was getting better. I was improving. Slowly, but I was improving. And my vitals were good and all of that. And he looks at my name, then comes in saying, "Hi, Jessica. I hear you're going to die. You're not going to make it. Are you an organ donor?" I'm like, "The heck you, what?" And I was like, "What?" I looked at him like, "Huh?" I'm like, "No, I'm not an organ donor." I was like really ticked off because this guy, not a doctor in my mind, didn't have a name tag, just walks in. I'm like, "Who the heck are you, you weirdo?" Said that to myself. And then he says, "Do you want to be?" With the most creepiest smile ever. And I'm like, no. And I will never be an organ donor because of that. No. And then another time, I was already in my hospital room improving, and the breathing treatment people, I don't know what they're called, orderlies, I don't know. And this one guy, there was another woman and another man, but this guy is Creepy McCreeperson. He would always lurk between the wall and the door and watch me. Never ever said a word to me, just watch me. And I'm like, there were times I was on my phone and look up like, "Oh crap!" And I remember one night it was late. It was late, and I can just tell when people are watching me. I don't know why, but I woke up and I saw him in the dark, in between the door and the wall, just staring at me. I'm like, "Hello?" And he was like gonna put a breathing machine on me, and I'm like, "No." I tell him, "No, I'm good. I don't need it." And they've actually stopped the breathing treatments at this point because I didn't need it. Because I did not need it. And this man comes up to me, and so I'm in a hospital gown. Okay? I don't have one of my undergarments on. And so I lower the sheet, because I'm a very modest person. I lower the sheet just enough so he can put the breathing treatment on me. You know what he did? He snatched the sheet all the way down to my stomach and stared at my chest. And then put the breathing treatment on. I'm like, I was like, "You perverted jerk." I didn't say that out loud. I said it to myself. Never said a word to me. And I thought, I'm like, am I gonna get graped? Am I gonna get essayed? And I was like looking around the room. What can I use as a weapon? Because, you ain't touching me. And, that was some scary stuff. I also had people who I didn't know who were looking for their family members or friends coming into my room. I'm like, hello, Reed. Do I look like your family member? No. I'm a different ethnicity than you. No, I'm not your family member. I do not know who you are. Please get the heck out of my room. I said it a lot nicer than that. It's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I think you have the wrong room. But, yeah. And finally, I was even watching the 700 Club. I mean, I was praying. My granny was praying. Everyone I knew was praying. And I was praying. And I knew Jesus was going to heal me. And I just had to keep saying to myself, everything's going to be okay. My timing is nothing. His timing is better. And so I was healed. I was almost a Christmas miracle. I was able to leave December 20th of 2012. It was one of the last times we all got together as a family and celebrated Christmas like it was the 1980s. I wanted to cry because we hadn't had that since my mom and my grandma and grandpa were alive, since my papa was alive, and that just meant so much to me. It truly did. And we were all together. I was still seeing the Dr. P. I was like, you can't drink soda. I'm like, watch me. I don't think one soda's gonna kill me. I'm like, you can't drink soda. I'm like, watch me. I hardly drink any soda now. But but yeah, I'm like, you watch me. You ain't taking away my Pepsi. You ain't taking away my RC. I will come for you. You gonna give it to me. I'll drink the diet stuff, but no, you can't tell me to just quit drinking soda. Jessica will tell Jessica when she can quit drinking soda, and I have for the most part. And I'll get a soda once in a blue moon, but no, I don't drink soda. I drink Milo's Diet Sweet Tea. It's the yellow cap. That's what I drink mostly, and zero sugar lemonade, and on occasion water. But yeah. And the first thing I did when I got home, I had a chicken pot pie. I'm like, give me the food, because they had me on a no salt diet, and I'm like, give me the food. I mean, I'll eat it, but give me the food. And that's when I learned that pasta was my sick food, my sick comfort food. Every time I have mac and cheese, I know I'm like, I'm gonna get a cold. My allergies are bugging me or something. But yeah. Every time I'm sick, I crave pasta. Go figure. It's comfort. I love me pasta. And but yeah. Everyone prayed, and Jesus healed me. And I did have a near-death experience. And, oof, guys. So, with the near-death experience, I wasn't looking down at my body or nothing. Jesus spared me from that, because I've seen shows and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want that, please. I don't want to see that, please. That would freak me out. And Jesus spared me from that, so I'm very grateful. And I had a life review before we go into the white mist. I had a life review. I kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I meant, I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I kept saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And so then I didn't see Jesus. I didn't see any angels. But I felt Jesus' presence, and I felt my mom's presence, and I was surrounded by this light. So I've never seen a light brighter than this. It was so bright and beautiful. And Jesus said to me, you can either go back or come with us. And I said, and you know what I said, I'm here. But I said, oh, you know how much I would love to go with you two right now. How much I would love to go with you two right now. But my dad needs me. My family needs me. My friends need me. Now they're my so-called friends. I have to go back. Please let me go back. And I'm here. And I'm thankful for that experience. I'm thankful that I get to share this with you all. Get to prove to any non-believers that Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Jesus is the one true God, the living God. He loves us all. He wants a relationship with us, a friendship. And it's not about religion. It's about love. It's about love. And, yeah. I'm here. And my life has never been easy medically. I've died 3 times. I've had 8 surgeries on my feet. 9 surgeries in total because I got my gallbladder removed. Had my hips dislocated. My feet were completely backwards, sideways, and upside down. Used to have seizures. I mean, I've had a difficult medical time. But I am so grateful and happy I got to experience my 40 years of life. The good, the bad, the ugly. You know, I don't give up. I may slow down, but I don't give up. I will never give up. I don't even know what that means. What does give up mean? What does that mean? I will never give up. And one of my quotes, I'll have this quote as a thumbnail on YouTube. One of my quotes is, this is part of the quote, I will be kicking and screaming until the very end. Rosette Christopher, Chrono Crusade. So yeah. And she's like my favorite character from that anime. Hilary Haig rocks. I will be kicking and screaming until the very end. I will finish this race. I will finish this journey. And if you need help, I will tell you who to call, where to go to, and we can always talk in the comments or Twitter. And I'm still thinking about getting an Instagram for YouTube and TikTok. So we can all just come together and talk. And you know what? We can talk our problems out. You know? But yeah. That's how I died for 30 seconds. I've died a total of 3 times. And I'm still here. Like the Elton John song says. That's my theme song. I'm still standing like I've always did. I'm a true survivor. Da 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 da. All right. Bye. God bless. Thank you all for listening. And I'll see y'all tomorrow or Tuesday. Bye. God bless. Stay safe out there. And YouTube. Do me a solid. Like, share, and subscribe. And we have 36 subscribers on Facebook. Let's bring it on up. Let's keep going here. Thank you all. Bye. God bless.